guys, how's it going? I'm Froth, you're not already, and welcome to another top 5 on the channel. Hell yeah, hopefully you're doing well. Welcome to a Battlefield 2042 video. This is the first I've done ever Battlefield top 5, so yeah. Welcome to the top 5 best guns. Now, I just want to point out, this is before season 1 of content for this game, so these are the guns for right now. I imagine as time goes on, more guns will be added, but as of right now, these are just base, game weapons. Now, there's also 6 main classes of weapon for like primary weapon. I'm only going to be doing 5, and I'll tell you straight away, there won't be a sniper on this list, but I'm going to count the DMR and the sniper in the same class, kinda, because they're both long range weapons. I know they're not the same, I do know that, but I had to pick one, and because they kinda are similar in ways, I just put them together, so there's that. But yeah, anyway, as per usual, top 5, if you have your own recommendation, do so either in the comments or my Discord server, link in the description. And yeah, with that being said, let's get into this then, shall we? At our number 5 spot is the MCS 880. I don't know if I pronounced that right, I think I did, but I think I did. Anyway, it's a shotgun of our list. Now, the reason I'm putting it so low is because it's a shotgun. In Battlefield 2042, you see there's a bit of a dilemma. The maps are fucking large, meaning unless you get right up beside them, shotguns are pretty much useless. I mean, I can count on one finger, one hand, sorry, the amount of times I've seen someone run a shotgun in this game. One of them being me. So, they're not very useful. They're powerful, don't get me wrong, which is why I put it on the list. I wanted every type of gun to have a place, which is why it's here, and I put it so low, because the MCS is the best shotgun, sure, but you don't normally get a use for it. Which is, unlike in this clip where I get a 3-man, that's because I'm basically right next to them. A lot of the time in Battlefield, people are running, snipers are quite prevalent, assault rifles and SMGs are like the most used. So a lot of the time you're outmanned when you run a shotgun, and you're basically at a disadvantage. But I'm putting it on the list anyway because it is the best shotgun. So it's on the list. I mean, doubt anyone's going to actually use it, but if someone gets a bright idea, Merry Christmas, here's a shotgun for you. If I've offended the shotgun users of Battlefield 2042, I deeply apologise, but you guys are like a dying breed, so yeah, it's on the list anyway. It's not really prevalent in Battlefield because it's a shotgun at the end of the day, but I put it here anyway, just for the sake of it really. And yeah, there you go, number 5. At number 4, I've put the SVK. This is the DMR. As I said at the start, we're not adding a sniper rifle to this list, we're adding a DMR instead. And I'm putting the SVK here because it is fucking godlike. If you can hit your shots with the SVK, like torso and above, my god, you dominate. Like, look at this clip. Granted it is a long range weapon, but just take a look at this clip, right? Like throughout the whole entirety. I absolutely dominated these guys, like for a while. Purely because the SVK, it's got good power, first of all, it's a DMR, but it's also got a really good fire rate, and the range is amazing on it, as it should, because it's a DMR. But yeah, it's just a really amazing weapon overall, and if you like DMRs, 100%, this is the one to use. The SVK, my favourite, DMR in this game. It's strong. In closer ranges, you might struggle a little bit, which is why I recommend you have like a good secondary. But generally, most of the time, you're going to have a blast with this thing. It is so fun to use. It's not like a sniper where you've got, I think you might have the scope glint, so like if you aim in at someone, they see you. I think that's still prevalent with the DMR. But your fire rate is much faster than that of a sniper rifle. So granted, where a sniper rifle might have more range, I've put a DMR here instead, the SVK specifically, because sniper rifles can be quite punishing, but they grant you more power, right? The DMR, you have the same, but it's more reliable because the more shots you can take. And the SVK does just that. High power, good fire rate, good range. It's just an amazing overall weapon, and I put it in my number 4 spot because, in my opinion, there are better weapons to use, but If you like DMRs and snipers, this is the one. At number 3, I put the LCMG, or LMG for this list. Now, there only is 2 LMGs currently in the game. I imagine they'll add more later. But there's only 2, and this is one of them. The other one is not bad, don't get me wrong. I like the other one. I can't even remember his name during recording, but this one I just love. I'm not even using like a scope here. In the clip you're seeing, I'm not using any attachments, and I still managed to absolutely dominate these guys. It is mental what you can do with an LMG. Like, if you can get like the upper hand on the enemies, my god. You don't even need to aim with the thing. You don't. You just spray in the general direction, and you just hope someone walks into your bullets. And that's what you do. Basically, you have the better firepower, but have a slower fire rate than most weapons generally. However, it doesn't matter because you shoot 100 bullets and they shoot 30. So, you know, always take the bigger magazine. That's all I'm gonna say for that one. But yeah, I like the LCMG. It's really good. It's really fun. Like, I know weapons can be, you know, a hit and miss sometimes when talking about them and giving an opinion, but in my opinion, using an LMG is the most fun I've had in this game since launch. It is amazing. You know, like, just managing to, like, basically Arnold, Terminator, fucking Terminator the whole team with this an LMG, it feels amazing, right? And that's why I put it at number 3, because it just feels really fun to use. And so, because of that, it's at number 3, and I prefer it. Don't get me wrong, the other one's a good choice, but, you know, the LCMG, it's just that bit more top tier, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. At number 2, the PP28. Aha, the classic PP. This is our SMG for this list. Now, SMGs, generally, I'm going to say this from like straight away, they're all decent, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say all are bad. It was between this one, the Vector, and the MP9. All of those 3 weapons, and even the original one, that's also pretty decent. But I just put the PP here, 1 because of his name, it's funny, but also 2 because I just prefer it. The Vector's good, like, because of the fire rate on it, but my god, sometimes it bounces around. Maybe it's just me it happens with, but the thing fucking, you're shooting at it, you're shooting at something, and then you're looking left. At least that's just my shite aim. Perhaps it is. But anyway, the PP. Let's talk about the PP. The PP is a godsend weapon. It's got a good magazine size with 54. It's got a good fire rate. The damage is okay, but generally a lot of the time, if you, 1, you know, are behind the enemy, or 2, aim for the head, you're gonna get majority of the kills with the PP. And that's what I like about it. And the handling and the recoil is easy to control, much better than the Vector, which is why it's here, right? I prefer it, and I know a lot of other people do. I see this quite common in the games I play, so it's obviously a fan favourite. At least I think it is, I don't know. But yeah, the PP, very good weapon, very strong, and that's why I like it. I also like the reload animation because how unique it is. I believe, I don't remember the name for the actual gun. I know it is based off of a real gun that reloads like that, but I don't remember which one it is. But yeah, that's my SMG pick, the PP. So yeah. And now we move to the big one, the number 1 spot, the M5A3. Now, I actually struggled picking an assault rifle because it was in a similar boat to the SMGs where they're all really good. I'm not going to sit here and say the M5 is the best assault rifle in the game. I think it is, personally. But I had a really tough time. Between this, the AK, and the 2 other ones, it was hard to pick which one. But I inevitably picked this one because you get it straight off the bat, anyone can use it. And, well, between this one and the Scar and the AK, right? The Scar is amazing, don't get me wrong, I love the Scar. My problem is the Scar is it takes a while to, you know, level up to, right? The Scars, obviously, you need to be a certain level for it, which makes sense because of how strong it is. The M5 you get straight away. You load up the game, you've got it, right? It's amazing. But the thing about the SCAR is, the M5 is not better. Well, okay, this is debatable, right? A lot of people say the SCAR is the best game, or the SFAR. It's the fucking SCAR, right? The SCAR is amazing, but the M5 I think does the exact same job as it, and in my opinion, better. It's got about the same fire rate. And okay, yes, you know, the SCAR is, you know, nostalgic and whatnot, but the M5, good range, good accuracy, good recoil handling I should say, the accuracy comes from the person, but all of the things you want in a weapon, essentially the M5 does it just as good as the SCAR does. There's no right or wrong, and I would put the SCAR here, don't get me wrong, right? I'm not dissing the SCAR saying, you know, whatnot, but the M5, anyone can use it. If you download the game right now, level 1, you're going to have the M5 and you're going to have a blast with it. And then as you level up, you're going to get the SCAR and you're going to have a blast with that. It's just, the M5, I'm putting it here for the, you know, everyone, because it does the same job as the SCAR. It's just the SCAR can be a bit more heavy hitting sometimes. But yeah, that's my list. Do you agree with me? Do you not? Let me know in the comments on my Discord server, and as you know, as I said at the start, if you have any top 5 suggestions, put them there as well. Anyway, I've been your boy Frost, hope you enjoyed this video. Hell yeah, peace.